Alright, I think everything's working here. Hold on, before I click the button, let me make sure. Not that it really matters. Hello? I don't know, can you hear me? Just, you hear voices, that's good. I'll call that good enough. What's up, everybody? I'm Scruff Dog, and you're on board my camera. Some of you may recognize this setup. This is my Discord setup. That's the weather. We're currently under a frost warning. That's time. That's our more weather. That's a pot leaf. And I don't know if... Oh, and my other fucking tag thing. Yeah, actually I have turned on a bunch of lights. It's conflicting with the screen, even though the screen's turned way down. I'm working on it. Can everybody hear me okay? Their house is on fire. Yeah. Nah, not quite. Not quite. So hello, everybody. This will be a relatively very quiet. Well, it's about as loud as I can get, I think. Let me see. Yep, that is turned all the way up. Again, something updated on OBS a little while ago, and now the microphone doesn't quite seem as loud. It's good to see all of you. Yeah, I've got the early crew in here. Where's my mouse? There it is. Joe Russ was in here. Liz Edwards. I don't know if Phil in the kitchen was in here earlier. Franco's here. Lock Watcher. Kevin Hardesty. Mr. Furbear. How are you? Captain Jim. Mr. Egg Cake. What did you say earlier? I had something to address with you. The corner image made me jump. Okay, you're the first person that saw that, I guess. And Mavis is hungry for human flesh. And she ate a child yesterday, so she's fine for a couple days. Oh, I'm sure I missed a bunch of people. Oh, Rifleman there, Captain Jim. If I didn't say you, Liz Edwards, Queen of Fire. I don't know if I said hey, but hey. So it's just been a hell of a week, a long weekend, and one hell of a year, let me tell you. This weekend I just couldn't quite get to it. Like even doing this little setup took like 45 minutes just to do this, and like this obviously isn't anything impressive. So I just figured we'd do like a quick chill chat, cheers, smoke and toke and whatever. Well, was it a non-technical? Of course it was. It's hot, very hot coffee. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Go ahead and put the lid on it. I don't even know if you can see. Okay. Oh, kinda, yeah, coffee. The usual mug. So yeah, didn't really have what I needed to like get out there and do stuff this week. And next week I don't really see that happening because next weekend is going to be just busy. Hopefully the weekend after that will be pretty chill and pretty good. Things are coming up, things are changing, and maybe in a few weeks, couple months, we can all have a light chat about everything I've been dealing with lately. Some of you have an idea, some of you don't, and we'll just kind of keep it like that for now. But yeah, everything's just kind of, hopefully in just over a week I'll have some answers for everybody. We'll see. I love a nice milky coffee, preferably camp coffee. I haven't had like camp coffee. Like when I make camp coffee, I have a stainless steel like 2-liter just fucking jug, you know, whatever, you know, water can. I'll stick a packet of coffee with like 2 or 3 tablespoons of coffee wrapped in either a coffee filter or like you can, you know, if you can find like the pre-packaged coffee grounds wrapped up. I'll stick like 4 or 5 cups of water in that thing, throw that in there, and just put it directly on the coals and let that bitch boil out for, you know, once it starts boiling, give it another 5 minutes, and then just drink that all day. Just a pinch of sugar, if there's any around. If not, just drink it black, and boy, that'll keep you awake for a minute. That's my version of camp coffee. Camp comes in a bottle. Oh, roast a baby for Mavis, of course. Speaking of roast, toast, they kind of rhyme. I don't fucking know. We'll start out with a little toast. What do I do? A toast with this, and I do a cheers with the coffee. Is that how that works? Nice cup of elephant piss. Sure. That's a Folgers instant, like the good stuff. Like, well, the good instant. It's actual freeze-dried coffee, not a list of ingredients that only Fur Bear would probably know what the fuck they are. Special dark powdered chocolate, vanilla milk. It's a pinch of sugar. It's like a coffee mocha thing. I enjoy. Gavin Bruce, Camp Coffee is a coffee syrup with oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll have to look for that. I was just going off of just the shit I make when I'm at camp. But anyway, so let's do a cheer. Yeah, no, yeah, you toast with liquid. Well, I mean, you cheers with anything. So, oh yeah, we'll do a cheers to Gallagher, the Watermelon Man, which I thought he had, like, you know, one of them things, like it's fucking no, not the butterfly effect, the Mandela effect. Like, I thought he died like 5 or 6 years ago. Like, I swear I saw the articles and read about his son and all this shit. I really do think the Mandela effect's really, like, a real thing. Like, Bearstein Bears, depending on how you said it, spelled it, that kind of shit. Anyway. So cheers to Gallagher, cheers to the good people, cheers to comedians, cheers to Happy, and cheers to Mr. Furbear. Did I say that already? He's doing pretty good, I think, so cheers. Sorry, that was not rolling my eyes, that was looking upwards. Oh, this is lemonade kush, by the way. Alright. Like, this is my little, let's see, you can kind of see it, it's a little alien egg pod that I made for holding my vape. I might paint it one day. I love 3D printing cool shit. More cushion for the pushing. Nice, nice. Oh, let's see. Looks like the feed's going out. You know, it's funny. We got like freeze warnings, frost warnings. It's going to be like in the 30s tonight, and I'm going to probably have to mow my fucking lawn like tomorrow or Tuesday. Like that last mow, because it's just to the point where I know if I don't mow it, then when spring rolls around, it's already got that head start. And then the first mow I do in the spring is going to be like, you know, fucking hiding from the raptors, hiding in the long grass. 28 with flurries here. Ah, fuck, man, I cannot wait to get some good goddamn snow this year. Like, I am fucking hoping. I just really would like some nice snow. We haven't had a good, like, what I'd call a good snowfall lately. So let's see. In a little while, we'll have a nice long chat. I'll just put it to you that way. So next, let's do let's see, I did a cheers, so let's do a toast. What do we do a toast to? Spring rolls. Alright, Lock Watcher, I just looked up, the first thing I thought was spring rolls, so we're going to do a toast to spring rolls. Be they vegetable, pork, mixed. You know, I'll even give you egg rolls and spring rolls. That way we cover the whole gambit. Because they're really fucking... And dumplings. Chinese food dumplings. Fuck yes. So, toast to fucking really good Chinese food. Like, authentic as well. Like, that's authentic and Americanized. Alright, let's get another sip of that. I think they're in a band called 08. Who is? I know Oasis. Goes with your t-shirt. Spring rolls. I don't have any. I haven't actually had any in a couple months. Maybe I get some Chinese food this week. There's a good place up in Perry Hall called China Taste. It's like a full-out restaurant, but since COVID, now they're like... Well, last time I was there, they weren't. They were kind of like, you know, walk up and doing delivery now, but I can't wait till they reopen, because the lady of the establishment is awesome. She's good people. And they have really good fucking food and great sushi chefs. Franco, a comedian who is best known for smashing pumpkins and watermelons with a large sledgehammer, like a wooden sledgehammer, but who actually had much more interesting comedy as well. Yeah, he's known... His gimmick was the sledgehammer, but he did like a full-on comedy stuff. He's good. Alright, now let's do a dab to, let's do a dab to you. Let's do a dab to the people that still bothered showing up, even though, like, you know it wasn't going to be very exciting today. This is grape soda, live resin sugar, from MPX. The Sledge-O-Matic, that's right, yeah. So I'll give you a second if you need to refill, grab something else. We'll do a little dab-a-do here in a moment. And I guess we'll just about get ready to call it for this week, I guess. Us show-uppers. The show-uppers. How's that rig? I was looking at that one in the Puffco proxy. I've heard Puffco's kind of annoying. Where it's like something with Puffco, there's some issues with charging or something, and other people have had some various issues. I've never had any issues with my Focus 5 Carta, even when I overly cleaned it and I got water into it and it didn't work for a week, so I threw it in rice for another week and it dried out, and now it mostly works. Like every once in a while in that first warm up it'll error out, so you just hit the button again and it warms back up. So like I have fucked this thing up for the past 2 years and it still works great. Most of the people I know with Puffco say there's always like a little kind of a... Oh, what is like a little kind of an issue, but I don't know, I like my Focus. Speaking of water material to Kirsten, oh yeah, we'll do the dab to that and to you. What is the 8 car? That is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s from America's NASCAR Racing. It's currently there to block my cats from getting to my audio-video cables that are back there, but it's a plushy NASCAR. I got this in Daytona at the 2001 Daytona 500. No, I'm sorry. The year after Earnhardt Sr. died. He died February 2000, if I remember right, but I went the year afterwards to the Daytona 500. Got that. I got a couple shirts. I got a jacket upstairs. But for now, that just kind of keeps cats from my cables. It's a cat paste. Yeah, pretty much. It's keeping my cat paste out. That's for Ronnie. Ronnie likes getting back there. And like all the cats left. Just so you know, I don't know where they went. I don't even see Spaz, and she's usually lumping pretty close by. And Jeff's doing okay. Jeff actually, up until about was it 2, 3, 4 weeks, something like that. A few weeks. I don't know. Fucking stress. Jeff actually only had restricted access to the house since the summertime, and he's only recently, like the past, few weeks or whatever, he now has full access to the house again. Like his medicine he's settled into his seizure medicine well enough that there doesn't seem to be a concern of him falling downstairs. So we still have some of the safeguards set up, but it seems to be improving, which is good. He was down here right before the stream, hanging out with his big red butt. And Larry was down here too, but they left. Restraining order. What? Good news. Oh, yeah, no. Cat car cable. Cheers to Jeff. Let's just do you know what? Dabs are concentrated cannabis, so we can do a concentrated cheers. So we'll do a cheers to, I guess it's Kherson. Is that how you pronounce that? In Kherson, Ukraine? So we'll do cheers to Kherson being liberated, and hopefully that should get straightened out, and Putin having his own head shoved firmly up his own ass and then having it broken off. Toast to you for showing up for a less than exciting stream. Cheers to Jeff. Was there anybody else we were going to cheers to? I think we covered everybody else in the other ones. Jeff, Katz, Kirsten, and fuck Putin. Alright, let's get it hot. If you see this, like I said this last time, if you see this turn yellow, that's that little error I was talking about. But if it stays green, then it works. It's about a 50-50 shot. Alright. It's nice when it stays on. That was 80 milligrams of that grape soda. That was nice. That'll settle me in nice for after the stream. And yeah, for someone who's, like, I used tobacco products I started smoking cigarettes when I was 15. Stopped when I was about 25. Started again when I was like 33. Stopped when I was about 40. And in the past couple weeks, I'll take a vape. Like if I'm at work and someone around has a nicotine vape, I may take a little hit at work because I won't use cannabis at work. But I'm not going to buy anything with nicotine in it because I know I'll get stuck on it again. So having a vape or two at work just to get that little bit of a head rush that you get from nicotine, that's been helping out as well with the stress and shit. So, not that I'm condoning it, but that does seem to help. So, yeah, it's funny, when I bought these headphones, it said it came with a cough button. I'm like, oh, that's great, a cough button, cool, whatever. Like, no big deal, but this is the most fucking useful button on the planet. Let me tell you. Like, when I first got these, I figured that was like a gimmick button. But now I get frustrated when all my other headphones don't have a mute button on them. I'll just say that. If you have the choice when you buy headphones, like, if it's got a mute button option, like, you will find it fascinatingly useful in all situations. Nicotine is a stimulus barrier. It's why traditional people in crazy work environments like newsrooms smoke like chimneys, yeah. And from what I understand, if you do nicotine, well, that's like blunts and shit. Like, you know, when you do nicotine and tobacco at the same time, it really fucking gives you that hit. But I ain't messing with all that shit. I just need like a 5-minute break at work a couple times a week. I'm not gonna buy a vape. I'm not gonna buy a pack of cigarettes. Like, that's good. I did have a tiny, tiny cigar like a bit ago. But that was me sitting in the middle of the woods, like, just like full chill mood. Joe Russ says, my headphones have too many buttons. I never know which one does what. The only headphones I have a lot of buttons would be probably my JVC 750s. That's because they got power, noise cancellation, and then the 2 volume buttons. And does the thing in between the volume buttons, that might be a button too. I forget. That's the most. Everything else seems to have like 3 buttons, you know, forward, backwards, and play pause. Alright. There's like 11 people watching. Good on ya. So, I will try to make my next stream either a drone stream or some sort of video game stream. Probably a drone thing, because I would like to go fly. I flew last weekend a little bit on my own, just around my neighborhood some. Just to kind of poke around, mess with the drone a little bit. But I'll see about getting another live drone stream going. It's that button. Otherwise, I'd be blasting out all the other headphone users. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, just throwing this out there because that's what I kind of did this weekend. This fireplace is actually running on a Livono Think Center M710Q. Apparently, one of my technicians was at a customer of ours who updated their entire retail store and were throwing about 100 of them fucking things out. So he grabbed a few of them. Realized he didn't have time to mess with them because they'd like pulled memory and hard drives and shit out of them. But so he gave me a few of them, and I scrounged a bunch of bits and pieces I had up. So now I got this little tiny badass workstation sitting up there. It's got a what is it? G4640T, if I'm not mistaken. Intel processor, 2-core hyperthread, at 2.9 gigahertz. So I mean, it's a mobile processor, but it's a tiny little. It's a little badass. It's got an Intel 610, you know, video chipset built into it that I have a gig of RAM dedicated to. It can do 4K 60. We managed to cram 8 gigs of DDR4 into it. And I had a Samsung 970 EVO 250 gig SSD slammed into it. And the only thing it doesn't have is wireless, which is why it's over there. It's plugged into the router, but it's a little badass. Like, they're cool little machines. Does it play Doom? Oh, fuck yeah, it'll play Doom. Shit. So one of the guys that I get a vape off of every once in a while just got a new vape. I was looking at it, I'm like, I bet we could play Doom on this. It's got just enough buttons, we could work this out. And we started talking about it, figuring out where we put buttons and shit. And I'm like, man, we may need to put this on Reddit and see what happens. But that's a cool little machine. I got Linux Mint 21 Cinnamon on it. Just to mess around with it for now, but that kind of completes my server set. Because that means that now have a Dell, what the fuck was the word? This the 9020 little workstation, Dell desktop 9020 fucking workstation with an i7 4770 in it. 16 gigs of RAM, no video card, and that runs my media server. That little i7, that little 4th gen i7 is badass because I can use it, and I've had it stream out 6 simultaneous 4K 60 streams, and it was like not a problem. So that's a cool little Windows server that I use that for, and there's a couple other things running on that. Then I have a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, which is running Pi-hole, Unbound, Pi-hole and Unbound DNS, so that all my DNS and lookups are now private. So I ain't got to deal with Google and my Google and Verizon like tracking my shit. That, and when I'm surfing, I'm go through ExpressVPN as well. So like I'm pretty privatized, as much as you can reasonably be. But that's a Windows server, Raspberry Pi server, and now a Linux Mint server. I'll be able to run whatever I need to, especially once I start reworking the house a little bit. What's up, Ronnie? There's Ronnie's here. Come here, buddy. He's going to be a little skittish. Right, there's my buddy. What's up, buddy? There's your cowboy. He's ready. That's Ronnie. You have millions of people watching you right now. Millions. There's your cowboy. He does kind of look like Hello Kitty. He's 6 years old last month. That's cool. At least Ronnie stopped by. A diner I went to had a Pi server. The ones that I have are Think Centers with Wi-Fi. One of the Think Centers that I kind of got working a little bit has a, I guess it's, honestly, like I forget what it is. Like I guess it's mini PCI. Like you can, how you can pop your little Wi-Fi cards out of most of your laptops, and it's got like, I guess it's 6 and 16, 8 and 20, something like that. But you know that one's only about inch by inch and a quarter, or 25 by 30 millimeters. It's got a slot in that, and I've got a couple of old Wi-Fi cards from ? So I'm going to try to slap that into one of the older ones. This is a newer one. The older ones are a couple years older, but they have that slot. This has like a micro version of that, but I'm not too worried about Wi-Fi, because if I'm using it as a server, it's going to be plugged into directly into the gigabit router anyway. But it's cool to have a full selection of servers now. Raspberry Pi running Linux, running Raspbian. I'll have this server running full out Linux Mint, and then a Windows 10 server that got to redo every once in a while because it's fucking Windows 10 and it rots. Wow, so much for this being a short stream. This is working out alright. I don't know. Mini PCI. So I figured. So I want to see, I'll get around, I'm going to see if I can get that to work. If it does, then I'm going to dig around for like an old cell phone or something that I can rip the the tiny ass antennas out of. if I can figure out that it'll load drivers. I think I have my old HTC. God, what number was that? 6200? Ran Windows CE 3.5, maybe? Sounds about the right number. It was one that was like about the size of a taco, and like it slid up to expose the hard keyboard. I think that's still laying around somewhere, because I kept that for a long time, because it was the only thing I had that could charge lithium-ion batteries. So I kept its battery in there as just something to use. And then I had wires shoved in there and soldered to it, and I would just run those to lithium-ion batteries before I picked up a bunch of whole suite of chargers now. So I'm just fucking rambling now. But no, that would be it's cool to have a couple of little extra computers. I may, if I can get that one to work with Wi-Fi, I may give that to my parents, because their computer I think's from like 2011, and they only use it for browsing. I think my dad does some like online testing with it, but still just browsing. So they have a what do they have right now? I think it's a 3rd or 4th gen i5. Maybe? No, actually, no, it ain't that new. No, it ain't that new. No, like, it's from 2011. It may even be an AMD. I wonder if it's that Winchester I had. Oh, yeah, some old-ass computer. I'm sure it's riddled with all kinds of horrible things by now. Probably still running Windows 7. So I might give them that if I can get the Wi-Fi working with Linux Mint on it. Be a little safer for them, a little easier to deal with, maybe. Make sure I have login rights on it so I can log in and update it for them. Is chat very quiet, or did something stop working? Because I haven't seen anything in 4 minutes. No, all is well. Okay, thank you, Slackwatcher. Guess everybody's just chilling. That's cool. So yeah, that was my weekend. I was messing with that a little bit when I had time to like just get shit out of my brain. This is actually fucking relaxing. Just having this fireplace thing going when I'm trying to like chill and relax, just hearing the crackle popple, cracking and popping. It's the fire. Everybody's just chilling. That's cool. You know what? Sometimes a quiet chat is good, because that means everyone is chilling. Oh yeah, check this. I'll go ahead and share while we're sitting by the fire having a chat. I tried a hot comb this week to try and get some of the wave out of my beard. Like, I don't mind the wave, but I'd like it to be a little straighter so it doesn't like so much. And of course, I took a shower, let it dry some, like ran the hot comb through it, and it was like fucking Bozo the Clown hanging off my chin. I'm like, oh, this did not work. So I'm recovering from that for a little bit as I reintroduced lots of moisture back into the hair. Put some stuff in there, some styling paste in there that smells like cinnamon and cedar. Fucking love that shit. I am going to try to sort out the straightening thing. I think I just need to put it on like warm and not hot, and maybe less moisture. I don't know how this works. Have to YouTube it up a little bit more so I'm not like poof. Chilling by the fire. When we are done, going to have to fire up my Roku fire. There you go. My beard does the same, says Mr. A Cake. Yeah. I'm hoping come springtime I might be building a like a hard fire pit outside, like a little sit around deal. You know, brick it up, get one of those smokeless fire inserts that you can make. I don't know if you've seen them. They're like kind of drop-in inserts that help reintroduce extra oxygen into the fire. Something other than my burn barrel, something to sit around, chill on. You know, hot dogs, burgers, people, whatever you want to cook on there. I'm fine with it. Then we can sit around the real fire and have a chit chat. And hell, who knows, maybe by then we can sit around the fire with a couple of us, have a chit chat. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens in about a week. Beard curlers. I should perm yeah. Good grief. Pizza oven. I have considered putting a like a hearth oven, possibly outside, kind of thing. Spaz is here. She's being chased by Ronnie. Spaz isn't one to pick up. Not always, well, not right now. She's a little on edge, so she may get a little clawy. And Ronnie's like hiding right there, like he's... What are you doing, buddy? He just tried to pounce. We see you, buddy. You can't hide behind a... It's like a 1/4-inch piece of round steel holding a shelf up. I mean, like, it's part of a whole thing, but, you know, he's basically trying to hide behind a stick. What are you doing, buddy? Alright. That's Ronnie. Blow dryer and a straightening brush. I do have those. I went and bought, a while ago, I went and bought one of those little travel hair dryers. Not the folding one. I don't think it folds. Like a little mini tiny hair dryer. Because obviously I don't really need much of a hair dryer for anything else. Iron it. Yes, Mr. A-Cake, I will iron my beard. Ronnie, what are you doing? I can't imagine what that would happen. That's right, people did do that. I ain't putting an iron on my, like, on my face. My face! Sounds like it would really suck. I should have brought some cookies in here. I made cookies last night. Dark chocolate chip cookies. I'll have to have a cookie here in them shortly after the stream. I also have meatloaf I made Friday. I'll finish that up today. Apparently meatloaf really isn't a thing in the UK, but maybe a couple of UKers trying my recipe, at least one or two, so see how it goes. Especially just a oversized hamburger with really good fucking sweet sauce on it. Put it in dreads. New. Isn't what hair straighteners do these days. Yeah, I really don't want to put anything more than oils and water in here. What's up, garbled user? Brown or red? The sauce? Red sauce. But it's ketchup. If that's what you're asking, it's ketchup, spicy brown mustard, and a lot of brown sugar. It kind of caramelizes a little bit on the top, but the rest of it just turns into this just fucking delicious topping for the meatloaf. Then the meatloaf itself is like about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, medium to large red onion diced, cup of breadcrumbs, maybe 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1/2 cup of shredded just regular cheddar cheese, cup of milk. I use almond milk, whatever milk works. Shitload of spices, including Montreal steak seasoning, a little bit of Old Bay, some garlic powder, or just diced garlic. What's I put in there? Fresh ground pepper. I get like onion soup packets. You ever see those like dry soup packets? Usually like Lipton. I get the Lipton brand. Put one of them in there. Cook that fucker for like just over an hour at 350 with the topping on it. Yeah. It's good stuff. Stuff that meatloaf and some bell peppers to bake. Fuck yes, I've done that. I haven't done it in a while. That's a good... Hold on, you motherfucker. I'm gonna say some shit like that. Where the fuck is my phone? Hold on. Alright, Gas Master, I'm putting bell peppers on the fucking list here. I haven't done that in a while. And I happen to have the other 1.25 pounds ground beef sitting in the freezer. Green. Well, let me just put bell peppers. Let me just put peppers. Because I like doing like, I usually get the packet of yellow, orange, and red peppers and just eat those. Bell peppers. Blam. Well, let me get some fresh diced. I'll get some fresh cloves of garlic too. That'll be a little better than... I'm going to have to get onions because that was my last onion. Making me go shopping and shit. See, the milk's good. Breadcrumbs are good. I probably need shredded cheese. Oh no, I do need shredded cheese. I just use the last of that in the meatloaf. Cheddar cheese. Yeah, I got square cheese. Anything else? Onion soup mix. Okay, onions in there. I love, like, I will eat red onions like an apple. And just, I fucking love onions. And I say that because I have eaten onions like that. Just pulled the last of my peppers from outside last night. Oh, shit, Lockwatcher. Good reminder. So we had that whole election thing here in America, the midterms as they call it. Maryland, where I live, passed yes, voted yes by 67% on question number 4, which 65 to 67% pretty much matches like the country quo of people that approve of recreational use of cannabis products. So now, as of assuming they can get the legislation through, which since they put it on the bill, like on the vote, it means it's like one of the priorities to get done. And they already have it all written up for the most part. They just got, I guess, a couple details. Yeah, egg. Put an egg or two. Sometimes I put 2 eggs in the meatloaf. It's a good binder. If you don't want to use eggs, I don't know. I mean, if you're making a meatloaf, I wouldn't think there'd be any food things. But if for some reason you don't want to use eggs or can't use eggs, a 1/2 cup of applesauce also works as a good binder. That's a vegan thing. It's one of those things I learned when I was vegan for 4 years. Applesauce is almost as good as an egg as a binder for cooking. Shit, I forget what the fuck I was talking about. God damn. I just see what the fuck. A little high. It was a good dab. So where did I drift off? If you want to... Oh, number 4. Thank you, bud. Thanks, Lockwatcher. So that passed. So for assuming everything goes as it should, July 1st, 2023, so, 7 months from now, recreational cannabis use will be legalized. Like, it won't be fully implemented yet because they still are going to have to set up, get the, the structures and all that shit in place, but it will be legalized. I think at that point, they'll basically just just black market it while we figure out what's going on. So I'm guessing like the black market's gonna, I mean, there's limitations, but uh, most places that legalize rec, they kind of just leave the black market alone until they get their shit established, and then they just carry on. Tomato ketchup brings up, yes, anything with citric acid is good for meat. Lemon juice is good on steaks before you cook them. Anyway, so back in the day, I used to grow pot. I used to have typically up to 48 plants crammed in a fucking room upstairs for medical purposes. So I have a pretty good fucking setup. And as of July 1st, we can grow 2 plants. And you know what? I will gladly grow 2 plants, not fucking 48. Because then it won't be like such a fucking burden. It'll just be a fun little hobby. And I'm going to, I may have a line on getting a hold of Northern Lights or Skywalker seeds. Which, if those you don't know, like, that's classic, just fucking delicious and effective indica. Like, the shit that calms you down, not the shit that gets you all paranoid. So that would be cool. Because I already have everything I need to grow fucking pot. And I will grow it legally this time and keep it within limits. So, that's going to be cool come July. I'll have a little something to do, a little hobby. I'll just put, like, my tents are packed away. Everything's all packed up, but I mean, like, whatever. Take my time, get it set up. I will have that thing ready. I will have my seasoned water ready. Have to have a stream that day. Yeah, I guess, you know what? Maybe we'll have a seed. Like, I'll probably cheat a little bit. And if whatever seeds I have, I'll get them to pop. I'll stick them in a bag with paper towel. Like, you stick them in like a wet, moist paper towel. You put the seed in there, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in a dark place, and it'll go. You get the little pop out, and then I don't know. I have all the shit to do it. I put it in a little block and soil and this, and grow and blah. But we can have a seed and soil day. Maybe do that on July 1st. That'd be cool. I'll crack a couple seeds ahead of time. A seedy stream. Haha. That'll be nice. It's quicker than I thought. I figured it'd still be a few more years before they even put it on the ballot. But that's fine. I still got everything I need. And now, instead of having 6 plants crammed into a 3x3 foot area and growing them tall, I'll just have 1 plant in each tent, and I'll grow that bitch. I'll super crop it and train it and grow it wide and then up. So I'll have that thing in veg for a while, just getting it big as shit before I flip it over to flower mode. I thought those plants grew like a weed, if you want, like, you can just kind of let them do their own thing, but if you really want to get like good strength to them, you should pay a little more attention to them. And it's hard when you have a lot of them, but if there's only a couple, that means tending, 10 minutes a day or 10 minutes every other day as opposed to fucking hour every fucking day. Oh, so much water, so much fertilizer. God, so much electricity. That was almost $200 a month. All right, Captain Jim, have a good night. I'll do a parting puff for you. Yeah, I also want to depending on how I grow the pot, sorry, it's, ooh, in the corner of each tent, I may grow Carolina Reaper plants. Just kind of share the light a little bit. Because I would love to get a hold of some actually fucking superly awesomely fresh Carolina Reapers. Because I can eat them fucking things like candy. And I have some seeds right in that drawer that I got from the, what is the place called? It's the place that actually developed the Carolina Reaper and the Pepper X down in Carolina. I got some seeds from them, just waiting to be planted. Make sure you know which don't smoke. Oh my god! Yeah, I've heard of people trying that shit. I think I've seen some videos. That is a horrible, horrible thing. Well, we've actually gained a viewer. Nice. I'm out of coffee. I got a sip left. Hold on. Oh, hedonist. Yeah. I got some ghosts going. Ghost peppers are good. Somebody I used to work with used to grow ghost peppers and bring them in. And like, they'd all sit around and try to eat one. Like a few of them would sit around and try to dice it up and like try to get somebody to eat the bigger piece. And I'd just walk in and just start eating them like popcorn. Embarrass them all. Like legit, like they said they felt fucking embarrassed. The one guy said that the one guy walked in, I just started eating ghost peppers, and the one guy's like, I feel like I'm just going to have to sit down when I pee for the rest of my life after seeing what you just did. I'm like, calm down, buddy. This bear doesn't do peppers, says Mr. Furbear. Not everybody does peppers. I've been eating spicy stuff for a long time. To the point we'll just say my lower digestive system has absolutely no issues with it. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, probably just killed everything down there. Surprised at how well my peppers crop went this year. Hard to imagine picking them November 12th. Says Luck Watcher. Franco Walker says, we rented a place in the late 80s that had rhubarb growing wild in the garden. Yum. That's cool. Bear, not beer. Did I say beer? I thought I said bear. Digestive tract affairs. Yeah, I think that's probably just all stainless steel or something down there, because the amount of junk I've ingested just working on cars and forklifts and who knows what. It's probably just lined my insides with some horrible, I don't know. I'm just going to take a puff. Okay. Oh, so I read it wrong but said it right. Gotcha. And then yeah, gotcha. Okay. Oh, alright. I think we're just about at that time. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go crack some more muscles, and I'm gonna go dick around with that other Think Center, that older one. I have Linux Mint installed on a couple of different flash drives for different setups. See if I can find a driver for that card. If not, then maybe I'll just have to fucking break down and put Windows 10 on the machine and do the same thing. See if I can find it. Barkley the Bear is Anderson Valley Brewing's mascot. Bear with antlers? Okay. Barkley the Bear. I'll look that up after the stream. Like, my setup is all weird now because I had to turn stuff to make this work. But 70s can came with shag carpet on top. 70s can with shag carpet on top. Like a beer can with carpet on it? Is that what I'm reading here? Hey, what's up, Ronnie? He's sleeping-ish. Well, never mind, his eyes are open. What's up, bud? Alright. I guess we're going to go ahead and rock on. So, I will let you know when I got a stream coming. I'll throw a short out there, give you a little bit of heads up. If I do anything cool this week, like after work, like play a game or something, if the opportunity arrives, maybe I'll do a short notice stream, video games, I don't know. No guarantees, no promises, just saying maybe. So, appreciate everybody stopping by and listening to me just glad it seemed like everybody had a pretty chill time. That's cool. And I will catch you next time. Have a groovy rest of your weekend. Good week. And be good to yourself. Be good to others. And just be cool. Alright, everybody. I'm going to reach over here and click that button. Drop my phone. Wrong mouse. Let's see. Stop streaming. I forget. Does this stop instantly or does it ask? Let's find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.